Hi, I'm Grace, and you're watching Disney Channel. That's stupid. Hi, I'm Grace with Trollord Games, and you must be here to learn about Castles and Crusades. Castles and Crusades is a fantasy role-playing game that uses a D20 based system. It was published in 2004 by Davis Chenault and Matt Golden, and it was designed to be rules light and adaptable, promoting an environment in which the only limit is our imagination. The core mechanic of Castles and Crusades is called the Siege Engine. In this system, if a player wishes to take an action and a chance of failure exists, the Game Master, or Castle Keeper, will call for the player to make an attribute check. The player attempting the attribute check will roll a d20 and add their character's level, as well as any bonuses or penalties that they may have to the result. The player will then tell their Castle Keeper the total, as well as whether their associated stat is primary or secondary for their character. If a stat is primary, the challenge base is 12. This means that in order to pass, the player's result must be greater than or equal to 12. The challenge base for a secondary stat is 18. This number can be altered by the Castle Keeper depending on how easy or difficult the attempted action may be. To quickly review, a challenge base is determined by whether an attribute is primary or secondary, which sets the base of 12 or 18 respectively. A challenge level is a modifier of difficulty determined by the Castle Keeper, usually within plus or minus 6 of the base. These two numbers combined make up the challenge class, which is the number that the player must meet or exceed in order to succeed in their action. For example, Nick is playing Grognar, a 3rd level human fighter. Fighters have strength as a primary stat, and Grognar's strength score of 15 earns him a +1 bonus to strength checks. Grognar is attempting to break down a locked door. The door is fairly thick, so the Castle Keeper calls for a strength check from Grognar. In this case, Nick will roll a d20 and add both Grognar's level and strength modifier. He rolled a 13, and adds 3 from his level and 1 from his strength modifier for a total of 17. The challenge base was 12, since strength is a primary stat for Grognar. The Castle Keeper also determined that since the door is particularly sturdy, an additional challenge level of 4 will be added to the base for a total challenge class of 16. Because Nick had a total result of 17, exceeding the determined challenge class of 16, Grognar successfully breaks down the thick wooden door. Unfortunately, Grognar doesn't have intelligence as a primary stat. Were he to have thought a little bit more about it, he would have realized that maybe the door was locked for good reason. As Grognar bursts into the room, he is met with the fearsome gaze of a dragon, who immediately unleashes his fiery breath on the reckless intruder. Grognar must now make a dexterity check to avoid being barbecued. Since dexterity is a secondary stat for Grognar, it'll be much more difficult, with a challenge base of 18. And because this is an ancient dragon, the challenge level is 34 as determined by the creature's entry in Monsters and Treasure, for a total challenge class of 52. Grognar is instantly incinerated. His dust is swept up, mailed home, and Nick must now roll up a new character. A life lesson to take to heart. In Castles and Crusades, life is cheap. While many systems allow you to embody the veritable fantasy superhero and save the day with lots of proficiencies and world-altering magic and outrageous feats of strength, Castles and Crusades scales the experience back a little bit. Your adventurer will truly start out at the bottom when they set out on their journey, and you'll have to play smart to ensure that they live to see the end. So, sorry, power gamers, but there's no way to break CNC. But fret not. While this system is built to avoid the rampant power creep that we see in other games, you'll be rewarded for teamwork and creativity every step of the way. From all of us here at Trollord Games, may your castles be sturdy, your dice favorable, and always remember Rule 16. An ancient indecipherable tome in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Grace, and you're watching Disney Channel. That's stupid. Hi, I'm Grace with Trollord Games.
A story once spoken is ageless. The dungeon
Ow!
imagined without end. The curious are the ones most courageous. The tree that endures has to bend. From stillness the mad mage is stirring. From countless voices the castle takes shape. Zagig will test the enduring. Those unlucky will never escape. A story once spoken is ageless.
Trollord Games, join the fray. Trollord Games, hear the dogs. Oh look, I didn't turn my camera on. I just like last night. How funny. Where's it at? Where is my webcam? Oh no, there it is. Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Tomcat, see you rolling here. Ray, Savage. Good to see you everybody rolling in this morning. Dark mode check, yeah. I've had a rough morning this morning. I couldn't get the software to work. I had to restart it 3 times. So when you start having that kind of stuff, you just, go off the rails, so to speak. Man, I'm having some coffee this morning, though. That's the good news for me. I'm having coffee. Oh, look. Working from home for a bit. Well, what's that like? What's up, Jay? Good morning. Hey, Touch of Evil. What's happening? Give Jay a shout out here. Did you get to finish it? I watched as long as I could last night, but I had to go find food, so I ducked out eventually. I think it was probably about 7:30 or something. I think you guys were still going at it, right? That's right. Attention, we need GMs for Gary Con, so please, you can submit your events to that link there, and then email us and let us know so we can get you credit in the program. All that good stuff. What's up, Mr. Cook? Hey, Pete. What's up over there in the land of chocolate? I'm having coffee because I said, screw it. I'm having some this morning. You blame me? I don't, it's whatever. Oh, that's good, Pete. Make sure you get in the Endless World shit. Just follow that link there, or you can go to our website. Just go to Endless Worlds and follow it through. The land of cups and tea right now. Oh, are you? Right on. Right on. Can't wait to see it, Gary Con. It'll be a good time to see you. I'm gonna be running. I gotta put my events in. I'll probably start putting them in this weekend. I'm gonna do a couple big games, probably 12 or 15 people, and then those will be in rooms. And then I'm gonna do a few small ones. But I'm not gonna kill myself. I killed myself at Game Old Con. That was a big mistake. I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong, I had fun, but I don't think I'll run 10 games this time around. I don't think I will. I used to not run any games. I mean, I used to, and then I stopped TLG, but now we've got to where I can run a little bit. But Gary Con's a very busy con for us, so I don't think I can put in too many games. Oh, I don't know. I don't ever get no early bonuses or anything, man. I work for the company, so it's all different for us. You know what I mean? Um, if anybody wants to run some games for us and you can't afford a badge, you can hit me up. You can email me or Endless Worlds. Just email us here and see what I can do for you. You know what I mean? So we can do that. I have ways of doing it. Oh wow! You know what? That does not say the email, and I went in there and changed that on purpose so the email would be in there. Oh, it does say that too. But it doesn't say email. It says endlessworlds@troller.com. Probably need to put that in there too, right? I mean, it's assumed, but I didn't notice right off the bat. Fix that now because it's bugging me. This is what I like to do: is have my stream and fix stuff. What's up, Dark Steel? I see you out there, Jeff Crawls, hey, friendly Blacksmith over on Instagram. Good to see you guys over there. I see lots of people here creeping in. Let me see here real quick. Let me go over and fix this nonsense. It bugs me. There we go. Oh wait, that's a timer, not a command. I really need to get in here and clean some of this up. I got 3 pages of commands in the back end here, and that's crazy. I can't imagine. I need to go ahead and clean some of that out. They're not being used, you know what I mean? So I need to be better about that stuff. I'm not seeing the one for EW. Where's it at? There it is. There we go. Now let's see how this looks. I'll flip it back over here. You guys, if you got any questions, throw them out. I got something to show you here in a little bit that just dropped on my desk about 2 seconds ago. I'm gonna wait a little bit to show it off because there is some cool shit. I want to show you something really cool. Anyway, let's see if this command works now. See if I fixed it. No, that's not it. Oh yeah, that is it. It does say that. It was another advert that popped up with it. Let me catch up the chat here real quick. I'm in canned cups early, but yeah, I may not. Oh yeah, Monstrous Army done. So I think it's going to be called Codex Monstorium. Is what Jason's saying. We don't know. I mean, and it's not. It's it's a ways out still. I mean, it was out far enough to where we went ahead and released AA like it was, right, without the monster book. I have no idea when it'll come out. I'm not really sure. You know what though? This is why we hang out in the mornings. I can give you guys decent updates, right? So let me look over here at the last production schedule sheet I got. I think this is right. No, that's not right. Where's it at here? Try this. Yeah, there we go. This is a couple weeks ago. It's old, but let's look and see what it says in here. It may not have it in the list because this is, well, I mean, it's in here, but yeah, it's still a long ways out. They're still trying to get art, and looks like they're working on monsters too, do monsters for it. And Jason is going to rework that because we're going to have a whole section on cryptids, I think. Bigfoot, Yetis, whatever, Mothman. We're going to have all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm excited to get that in my hands too, right? We're building some cool shit here for our tables. I still need to not write my game, though. And I can't carry with Starting Village and have almost written the standard. That's hilarious, Pete. Yeah, listen, let me give you some advice about that. However long your scenario is, you have to take off an hour from that, okay, for setting up, cleaning up, problems in between, that kind of stuff. So if you're doing a 3-hour, play the adventure for like 2 hours. If you're doing a 4-hour, do 3 hour. Because there will be people standing at your table at 15 minutes till waiting to take over. They're always waiting. They show up, which is not a big deal. No one's rude, but you know how it is. You're trying to game. You're trying to finish the last moment of the adventure. They're going to kill the bad guy, and you've got people watching, which is kind of cool. But sometimes it's get a weird pressure effect too. So I always try to be ready to go by that time. That way, whenever I usually get behind, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to be able to get out of there on time. Nothing worse than having to try to finish a battle with 2 minutes to go and someone wants the table, right? So keep that in mind too. Lots of water, lots and lots of water. Be real smart. Like most of the rooms, like the room that we have has a water thing in it. Just go fill up there, Gary Con's a pretty convenient con for a lot of things. It's very easy to get water and drinks and food. Just walk out in the hallway, and they've got it lined up and down the hallway, all these little vendor spots and stuff. It's real easy to do. So they make it easy. Anyway, I would not write the encounter to be overcomplicated because you're going to have people that's going to want to go off the rails and do crazy shit like down a hole. Like, well, how much rope have we got? Can we go down? And they're going to spend 15 minutes talking about that. Well, if you've only got 2 or 3 hours, you've just lost a 25% of an hour, right? With just discussing 15 minutes over how to climb down a wall. So keep it really simple. Move them along, Use a very fast-paced combat system if you can. Like the one I do is pretty good, I think. I just have them give off real brief details. I don't want details. Like, what are you doing? Spell, ranged, melee, or non-combat, right? Da 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 da. And then I move on. I get on with the combat. I don't worry about it. I don't need to know what spell they're going to cast. They're going to cast it anyway. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's some quick advice for you from me. You know, it's going to be an unusual con for you. There'll be a lot of. It's a very social con. It's not like these other conventions where you might have a little bit of social going on. They have bars down there and restaurants, and people hang out and eat together and stuff. It's a little social, so you'll be up late too most nights, unless you just choose not to. And of course, the occasional you might run across a late night game and get in on it or something. That happens a lot in this con, a lot. I've played Gamma World at 2:00 in the morning before, back when I used to play instead of work for TLG. So there's that too. All right, let me catch up here. I was blabbing away. 11,000 words, and that's just high-level notes. Yeah, you need to calm it down a little bit. You want to write something for us? Holy cow. I get the excitement, though. Yeah, bring in the deets. Man, I've done it enough to know. That's right. Sliding. Well, you can do like Laramie Walls, from the Discord. Laramie, I shit you not. He upgraded this year, and he has he gets one of those big luggage things that moves around. It's got a big giant chest on it, like you'd find in a dungeon. And in there, he has all this stuff. I tried to pick that up one time, and I said, forget it, dude. I mean, that's cool if you want to come here. He's got it all. He can handle little pieces of terrain. He's got minis. He's got sheets. He's got everything. I can't do all that. I literally have one of those bags that you use to go through the airport, a small one, right, that fits on the seat, just a small one, like Samsonite. And that's what I carry, a few things in there, and that's it. I go very light. I used to bring all that shit, man. I used to bring whiteboards, all that stuff. And if I wasn't leaving it behind, I was regretting bringing it, So I've just trimmed it down really close. Now, like when I was at GameoCon, I literally they had mats on some of the tables, which was nice. I don't use mats too much anyway, just a little bit. But I literally just pulled out a piece of paper and laid it down and used a Sharpie. I mean, they just need an ideal. Most of it is going to be descriptive anyway. That's the whole key about running a public game, particularly at a con, is very descriptive. Do not rely on props as much because you can, but then stuff gets slowed down a little bit. You're looking for this thing. Oh, I forgot this. This is the wrong thing. Just go with it. At least that's what I do. Again, I am not perfect by any means. This is what I do. What I have learned to do. Village is just in an area I'm not figuring to spend more than that's area. I'm fighting to use it as a base and hook the lots. Well, I mean, you could do that. You just don't cut it all out. I mean, I run, old AD&D adventures, big ones, like White Plume Mountain, and I cut the shit out of it, change it around, however it benefits me. You're there to give them an experience for 3 to 4 hours, and that's it. There's no campaign, so you have to really put the campaign mindset behind. You've got to for cons. It's just important. I learned that the hard way many years ago. I just can't do it. It's not the same thing. It's okay. They can have all kinds of treasure they want. Who gives a shit, right? And I load them up a lot of times. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes they start my Tower of Savate adventure. They start shipwrecked with nothing. They have a list of supplies they have to go through, But then other games like the White Plume Mountain, I let them get all kinds of shit. It's fun, It's fun to kick some high level ass, right? Have some killer magic items. What's it going to hurt? Nothing. Smiles and laughs, Oh, look, or get club access. Yeah, well, some of us aren't in that kind of monetary position to do that. That's why I have friends that have club access. You know what I'm saying, Jay? Have a suite, so maybe I can have a private game set there. Hey, you never know. I mean, it'll be a lot of fun for you. It'll be a lot of fun regardless. Laramie's cool. Arcana, he is cool. He's a nuts what he is. He does all the CNC conversions for Frog God for the adventures. Laramie's, he's my boy. He's great. I can't say enough about him. Hopefully he's not hanging out in here listening. So you never know. It's about time for him to get off work. He's probably asleep by now. So let's see. You can do Undying. No, Narg. There's no fucking way, bro. I mean, maybe. You'd have to let's see. 4 hours. There's 12 chapters. You could do 3 chapters an hour. So you could technically do a chapter every 15 minutes, I suppose. With a little break, right? Oh my God, that would be insane. That's something that rich folks pay for, so they can have breakfast in the morning, go by and get lunch. They have like little stuff you can snack on. The breakfast is pretty good, and you can go through all day long and grab drinks and stuff. I shouldn't say rich folks. For people who can afford it, we'll put it that way, because I can't never. What's that rich actually? That's subjective to the person, right? If a guy has 5 pounds of molded cheese and lives in a box, I'm sure I'm probably filthy rich to him, so it doesn't really matter about that. But it's something you pay for access. You can go in there and hang out. Like Jay hangs out. Jay uses it though. See, it's a good experience for him because he does live streams from in there. I was in a couple last year, wasn't I, Jay? One with Ed Greenwood, so that goes on, they've it's a nice little place if you can utilize it like he does, which is smart. It pays itself off for sure. I ran games for RPGA back in 3.5 days. Really? Okay, Scarlett. Most of those adventures were very formalic, but I had a lot of fun running them. You can learn short. Yeah, exactly, man. And you just, it's okay to let stuff just die, whatever, you just got to watch it. That's another thing you got to do. Make sure you're aware of your time because you want to know 30 minutes out. If you're 30 minutes out, you've only got 15 minutes to really finish because by the time you finish up, you gather your stuff, people want to talk to you for a minute and thank you, and you want to be nice to them and whatever. It's time, right? So you really have to kind of watch and plan like that to be done a little bit early that way because you're always going to go over a little bit. It takes one person walking to the table and striking a conversation with you. And you're talking to them, you look up and there's 8 people staying around wanting their seat. Oh, that kind of thing. But now, what we do try to do for our games, because what we do is, how it works is, you submit to Gary Con and then you submit to us, which is a double, I know, but it allows us to track everything, right? And we set you up in a room, so if you've got multiple games, we set you at the same table back to back if we can do it. And that helps a little bit because then you're not getting up and moving to another table. We just try to keep you right where you're at. If you're running, I got some guys that'll come up and run 5, 6, 7 games. If they do that, well, not in a day. A day they'll probably do 3 or something. But you see what I'm saying, right? Let's see. When you run a game at a con, do you let players have a new character if there dies, or do they just have to sit there? Oh, no. So now that's a great question, MJ. So at my table here, I'll usually have them, they usually like to roll up characters a little bit on the side anyway, so that'll happen. Or if someone's paralyzed or whatever, they're out of the game, right? I give them XP for that. I give them XP for going in, for being champs about it. But even though I do that, I still don't let it last very long if I can help it, unless there's some sort of excuse, right? There has to be a reason. If I've had a situation where they cannot play their character because of the storyline and the group's cool with it, then what I do is I bring them in to roll the monsters for me. So they get to play the monsters against the rest of the group. And they love that. As long as you got that player involved. Now, outside of a con, with a con, I absolutely have extra pre-gens usually. I'll have them. And I'll just tell folks up front, this, if it's according to the game I'm running, but if I feel like it's going to be one where they might die or something, I'll say, listen, there's extra pre-gens here. If you want, grab you a second one, in case you die or whatever. I don't have a problem with that. Bring them on in, move on. You know what I'm saying? I let them switch their magic items over. They just have to be a different character, right? If the magic items don't work, we can adjust it. But I try to run my games very loose and fast, so it's not that really that big of a deal. It's really not, nothing critical. Because you can't get critical with a con game. You cannot. You've got to move on, right? This is sweet. That is sweet. Yeah. It's really nice when you can do that and you just get up and can't, because you can just basically set up your little area and that's your day for the day. That's what you do. That's what I do. I'm going down to Charlotte next weekend to Mythicon to run games. I'm set up my little base and that's going to be it, and I'll run games there all day Friday and all day Saturday. So, well, Friday night I'm running one and I think I'm going to play in a late one with Hoyt. He's our envoy for the Southeast. He goes around and reps us at cons. That's how we got into Mythicon through him. So he'll be running. I'm going to play in his game Friday night because I got to play in some of these guys' games. I never get to play in people's games, especially dudes that are running CNC. I want to play in their table so I can learn their rules, right, and how they do things. Because we're all, learning how to run big games. Even though we've been playing for years, we're always learning something new. So I enjoy that. Oh, thanks. It's a good mug. It's a Turvis mug. My team's not doing worth a shit this year. Oh, and my alarms are going off. But they're not doing with the shit this year. But I love mug. It's good for coffee. Now I have a different mug. It's also Turvis that my wife got for me as a present when we were on vacation this year. It's like stainless steel, a real nice one. But I'm telling you what, that shit keeps things exactly the temperature you put them in. You put boiling water in there, an hour later, it's boiling water. I mean, it will burn your ass. So this serves better for me for coffee because it lets it temp down a little bit, as you said here. It's just not, that stainless steel one I got in there, man, it doesn't mess around at all. Ice will stay frozen all day. It does not matter. It's a good cup. And for coffee, you got to have something good, right? But no, that's cool. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Now, I'll tell you what. Well, I actually, Pete, this is the first coffee I've had since GameHole Con 2 weeks ago. And before Game On Con, I hadn't had any in months. I'm actually on a fasting thing, which I'm not doing very good with right now, but I really wanted coffee this morning. When I do my shows on Wednesdays, I love to have coffee while I'm sitting here. So, fuck it. I'll be okay. It's not going to be a deal. I took some insulin. I'll be fine. Not a big deal, I got to show you guys this. You guys ready to see some badass art? So Zoe Devos, who's one of our artists, she's done a lot of our art. You guys know who Zoe. I'm sure you do know her. She's done all kinds of cool stuff. She's so Steve was talking to her, just chatting away, and he was saying, hey, I wish we had a better Hobgoblin. And she's like, well, I'm not doing anything right now. And he goes, no, you've already got your work to do, because she's got assigned projects from us and stuff. He didn't want to drag her off of it. So let me see if I can sketch up in just a few minutes. So she sent something over to him, and he showed it to me, and I said, oh, that looks kind of cool. It's just a sketch. She turned right around for like an hour and sent him over this. So what do you guys think about this Hobgoblin? I want you to see this. This is so cool. Let me fix my screen here just a little bit. I want the guys on stupid Instagram. It just chops everything off. I'm looking at it right here. It's stupid. So I got to try and fix things a little differently. So I'm going to try to do something really weird so they can see it too. Because I feel bad. Right. Where are we at here? That. Now I'm going to go over here and raise that up a little bit like that. I think this might work. Or put me up here, right? Does that put me still in the center? I'm watching to see. All right, so where is that at? Oh, Pete said 2.5 to 3 hours is a coffee. 56 hours is most. Yeah, I don't know. This is 24 ounces, and I'll drink a couple of these. So 48 for me. I mean, when I was heavily into coffee every day, it'd probably be all day long, honestly, to be honest with you. All right, so let's see. Here's this picture of the new Hobgoblin. We have art finished for the M&T, just pretty much almost all the art's almost in, but this was just a random thing he did, and then she was like, here. So, awesome. Let me find it here. Is this it? No, that is not. That's Barzoon, which is coming soon to a theater near you. All right. I can't wait for that to come out. Man, I'm looking so forward to that next year. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to adding it to my CNC stuff, right? And my AA stuff. Because think about it. That's just more stuff for Amazing Adventures in CNC because it's Siege Engine. So you can't beat it. I don't know when that'll be out though. That's going to be, I'm assuming, late next year. We don't even know yet. We haven't even started on it. We've got to get Castle Zygig out the door in February. As far as setting up the Kickstarter for it. Anyway, I'm flapping my jaws. Let me get over here and show you guys this real quick. And here is the new Hobgoblin. I might have modeled for it. Maybe. What do you think? Look good? I think that big ass sword's awesome. That's just my opinion. Let's see. Coffee. You guys drink your coffee. Oh, yeah. 50. Oaken Dragon Press, 56 ounces a day. Yeah. I only have about 4 or 5 of my little coffee tops. Oh. Yeah, what do you think? Chuck Cumbo and the Princess of Mars. Savage, you're hilarious. I think that's what we were talking about. We got this huge discussion about the Hobgoblin. Okay, what is the purpose of the Hobgoblin? What's the deal of them? Because I grew up with the AD&D Hobgoblin, right? You look like a samurai almost, right? So that's always been my sort of thought process. Is they are tactical fighters, a little bigger and meaner than goblins. They're sort of like the alpha goblin, but Steve brought up something really interesting to me. It's called Hobgoblin, right? And I guess the word hob, like for hobnails, is used for something that's smaller than a normal size. Hold on. Sorry, more alarms going off. My stream's in the middle of my insulin time. I'll take it after the stream. Anyway, so it implies maybe that originally hobgoblins were supposed to be smaller. And I think he said yesterday, someone said, I'm trying to remember in the stream, that actually I think in some fantasy literature or something like that, the hobgoblins there are smaller. So that's interesting because if that's the case, whatever. But we went with what people expect, right? So yeah, Vic, Zoe's amazing. I just can't get over it. I love Jason too. Peter's great. They're all great. We're very blessed. We've got those 3 on our main ones. Then we've got a slew after that of minor ones that they toss in extra work and stuff. But they're all really good. That Finstark guy that did the stuff for Aired, You know, the new World of Erd stuff. Oh my God, so great. You know, just I love it. Perfect for that. Vic, I could be known as the Princess of Mars. There's pictures of me on Facebook wearing a crown. My granddaughter makes me have tea parties with her sometimes. You know, when it comes to grandkids, you're going to do whatever they want, right? Dire goblins. Yeah, I know, right? Well, and someone else brought something else up to me. Bugbears. That's another one, right? An old school one, right? Big humanoid, mean. Rawr. But let's face it. You take like a Urkai orc or a hobgoblin or a bugbear. They're basically the same type of humanoid, large, brutish. You know, I would almost argue. Well, Urkai were definitely militarized. They're kind of like the Lobane orcs of Erd, right? And then, of course, hobgoblins we know are militarized. I'm not sure bugbears are though. Really, bugbears are just kind of large beasts. I mean, humanoids. You know what I mean? I don't see them being as tactically smart as hobgoblins or Urkai orc, you know, or Lobane orc, right? Who have been trained in battle tactics or have learned battle tactics, I should say. Yeah, that picture captures the tribal fit. Right, right. I get that for sure. But that's the question. Do hobgoblins, are they considered to be tactical? What does it say in M&T? Let's see. Let me look and see here. I have the new copy. It's not finished. What I have is a crap copy, so it's nothing. We're tearing it apart like you wouldn't believe, as you well know. Y'all know this. Oh, you want me to guys show you the dinosaur entries? Huh? It looks so fucking cool. Hold on a minute. I can do that. Bugbears are cousins of goblins, not hobgoblins. That's interesting. Now we've got Gasumba on here. He can help us out on this. Bugbears are very stealthy. Yes, militaristic. That's how I've always seen hobgoblins and like Urkai orcs or Lobane orcs at Erd. But I don't see bugbears as being that way, right? All right, let me hook this up here. Hold on a minute. Steve sent this over to me as a sample yesterday because we were talking about a layout thing. So let me go to here. A little preview, right? I do have it set up on here. I can do this kind of stuff. I turn my capture on. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the caption underneath me because this works really well for people who are watching on Instagram. I'm trying to be and share the love. You know what I mean? You can't. No point in watching if you can't see what we're talking about. So on my stream, I'll do this anyway. I can't say it for the other streams. This one I will. Really wish Instagram would fix this whole. You know, these companies. I know they understand people use their phones a lot. I get that, but you should be able to at least have it to show the whole screen. You know, people can turn their phone sideways and watch, right, or whatever. But they, for whatever reason, at least my experience is, you know, I am curious about that. Let's just look and see. You see how I'm all over the place this morning? That's what happens when I get coffee. I don't even know how to find this on. I don't ever use it that much. My kids do. Everybody does. But I don't. Here it is. Okay, so if I go over here to Troll Lord Games, it says we're live. Okay, so yeah, if I turn it sideways, what does it do? Okay, so I go over here to Troll Lord Games, it says we're live. Shut up, Chuck. Yeah, so check this out. So there's is what it looks like. If I turn it sideways, it doesn't turn. So it's like if I was to do the normal thing and have the camera wide out for everybody, you know. So I don't know. It's kind of weird like that. You know, if I go to Twitch on here, let me see what it looks like on here on Twitch. I never get to test this stuff usually because we're never live. We're doing other stuff. Troll Lord Games. Over. Look, they're live. Let's go check them out. Now them, of course, has got like chat underneath it. But if I turn it sideways, now watch this. If I double click it, now you can see the whole page. You see? If they can make an app like that, why can't Instagram? You know, that's all I'm saying. They really need to look at that. It's probably not a big deal. It's some of those things they like to list as a feature, but they're not serious about it. It's not important. And I get that. You got to probably try stuff. Anyway, I'll shut up and put this up. All right. So goodbye, Hobgoblin. And let's see. We'll go to capture here. Properties. I need to find. Oh, it's already grabbed it. That was fast. Okay. Turn it on. Put it underneath here. All right, there we go. There is. Oh wow, that looks crappy. Let me fix that. That I can do. Yep. And then I can zoom in. All right, can you guys see that okay? Oh, that was probably too much right there. What is that percentage? 125. There we go. How's that look? Everybody can see that okay? Yeah, it's terrible. Do you know when the new CNC character sheets that Mel was working on will be available? Pretty excited. Oh yeah, we gotta look at those again. I want to go back over them with her and look at them one more time. They're done, I think, for the most part, MJ. But I'm a little concerned. I want to talk to her about the borders on them. They're really thick, which is nice. But I don't know. I just want to see what we've left off. I think they had to make some to get it very artistic. That's the problem with custom character sheets that are very drawn, very nice. It's not a problem, but you have to make sacrifices with space, right? If you can put art in, and that's what happens. You lose some things, and I want to make sure they're still fairly functional. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, all right. So this is just a sample of the M&T. This is the dinosaur layout section. I do not like the new CNC character sheet. The good-looking ones are not functional. Yeah, I like the traditional one too. The only thing we did the only thing we did to the one we have now, the one everybody knows, we didn't redesign it or anything. The standard one that's in the book. I think we changed disposition from alignment. I don't think there was any other changes, Ray, to be honest with you, because it's a functional sheet. It's designed. It's not designed to look pretty. It's designed to work. I've made tons of CNC sheets over the years for my groups. We've got all kinds of them with like, a place for your portrait. I tried to model them a lot after the old AD&D ones, right? We grew up with. We even got one version that was A4, like the real long sheet, and we used to use those as character sheets because we had all kinds of shit on there: Will and Testament, lands, titles, all that crap, right? Anyways, yeah. So I get it what you're saying, 100%. I'm real big on that too, but. And that's why I forget. I mean, it's not a big deal. Granted, I want to make sure that they work at the table as best they can, but still be cool. Like Darlene's, hers were really cool too. I like her sheets. They were kind of they're specific. Like these are going to be like those are specific to classes, so that's going to be really nice. There'll be a lot of handy information on there, I think. But anyway, we'll get back to that. I got to get back to them about that too. Actually, I got to start looking through all the Reforged stuff. I got to finish up all my cheat sheets, which means next Wednesday. I might be working on those on here and going through those and cleaning those up. I've got one more I've got to finish the design on, and that's the herbal. I created a crafting cheat sheet, where you can list, herbs, stuff for herbalism, alchemical materials, and then monster materials. So basically, you can, you've got stuff you want to list on, like you've got like 3, I don't know, dragon legs or whatever, or if you've got like 5 gallons of purified water, or maybe you've got, a flask of chlorophyll gas or whatever, right? And then of course if you got healing herbs or whatever, it's for people who want to use those skills. And it's anticipation for me finishing my books, what it is. But yeah, the ideal is that this would be something you would use the table to track, just like we track spells. I've got a spell sheet in there that I use at my table for you guys to use. It's nothing perfect, but it helps, right? Anytime you have stuff like that, it always helps, right? So. On the new A character sheet, what is the TN box for since the challenge classes depend on enemy's level or hit die? What is the TN box for? Oh, I knew you'd asked earlier about asking questions. I don't know. I'd have to look and see, Ray. I'll tell you what. We'll look at that in just a minute. I'll bring it up on here and we'll look at it because I really don't know, honestly. All right, so this is the dinosaur layout right here that he started with, right? So as you can see, it's got the new stat blocks and everything else in it like that, right? This is the Ankylosaurus, and then there's a picture of the beast, right? What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? And then here's the Apatosaurus, or the Brontosaurus as I call him, the Bronto. Granddaughter's favorite dinosaur. She likes the Brontosaurus and she likes the T-Rex. But anyway, as you see, it's got all the stuff in here. It's got all the attacks, their biome, the climate, disposition, intelligence, what level they are. This is a level 30. Look at this. It's a level 30, this dinosaur is. 150 hit points. That is mean. So, think about that shit. That's crazy. I like this one. I like this Ankylosaurus, man. He's cool too. He's got 9. He's 9th level, so he's not as bad as this bastard down here. Problem with these guys, they've got such. They're just massive. You know what I mean? But you know what, dude? You think about it. If you're like a gnome or a halfling or even a dwarf, you could run circles around that. Now, humanoids, elves, probably in humans, orcs, half orcs, much harder time. But someone small, you could totally do some crazy shit. And I actually have a scenario for Inclunade that I'm working on. It's got Inclunade. I'm portraying the halflings as being. So, as you guys know in the Aryan language, halflings got hunted a lot during the Undying Wars from Uncle Ar's troops and stuff. Well, the ones that were down in the jungles were hunted so badly because the troops were so bored down there, stationed down there, the Ungern were, that they just became feral. I mean, they are feral. They're very cliquish. They're very hidden away. They will come out in packs and attack things like this right here, like this Brontosaurus, and just they come out. They literally use rope and tackle and blades. They climb up on them and kill them, and they'll bring something like that down for their village to eat off of for a week, 2 weeks. Needs more feathers. Aha! See what you did there, Tomcat. Anyway, let's go on down and keep looking. Next up, oh my, Dionys. They say Dionys. Dionicus. I guess that's how it's pronounced, right? Dionicus. I need a phonetic pronunciation here for him. Also known as the Thunder Lizard Beast. Yeah, that's what I call it down in Inclunade. I'm kind of referencing all this stuff here is like hiss beasts, or thunder beasts. They always use a term that describes what they do. That's interesting. He called it that too. That is it, because Steve would have no idea I know that. That's kind of cool. Look at this guy, 16,000 pounds. Jesus God above. Anyway, very cool. Does it have a name for it too? I'm just curious. Yeah, club-tailed beast. So this would be the club-tail. That's probably why they call it Inclunade. This Brontosaurus would be where's the Brontosaurus at? He is known as Thunder Lizard Beast. And then this next one here, Terrible Claw Beast. Yeah, see, I like that. That's the things that I would think that natives would call this kind of thing, right? Tribal folk. They're not going to have, scientific names for them. You know what I mean? This thing right here, that's 4 hit dice. Oh, look at this one. 2 claws, 1 bite. Oh, how nice. Very nice. Look at this. Agile Predators, Apex Hunter, which travels in packs to take down large targets far larger than itself. Also known as the Terrible Claw Beast, Deinonychus are most identifiable by the presence of a huge raptor-like talon on each foot. You see where that's coming from, raptor? Highly intelligent, fast, and agile. They often leap from ambush. So I've used those before in Inclunade. They come in packs, man, and they will eat you up. All right. Hey, what's up, Bean? Oh, that's fine. Good to see you. We need to catch up soon. I've been crazy busy and I had a little bit of illness going on, as you know, but everything's good now. We need to get another game for Saturday going on. I always loved the Dark Sun Halflings would eat the other races. Right. Now, I'm not saying that the Halflings down there will eat elves or anybody else. But there are rumors. There are rumors that if you are alone in certain parts of Inclunade Jungle and you encounter those halflings, I forget what I call them now. They've got a name. But anyway, it's according to how hungry they are and what's going on, what the situation is, There are rumors. But, elf the other right? The elf the other white meat. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh my God, that's funny shit. All right, so let's see. Let's go finish looking at these here. So that's the Deinonychus, or the raptor as I call them, right? Y'all know what these are. This next one's called the well, you guys can see what it is. This is the pterosaur right here, a giant one. Look at him. Let's see. Diving attack, surprise. 6 hit dice, 6 level. So they can dive down. Diving attack. Giant pterosaurs are adept at engaging in combat from the sky. They can dive bomb grounded opponents, falling at a speed of 120 per round. A diving attack delivers a bite at +2 to hit and deals double damage. Ooh. So their bite's 3d4. So if they do a dive attack, they get a +2 to hit. That's going to give them a +8, right? So you got a +8 to hit, and they do double damage. That's nasty. You think about that. I mean, how big are they? Are they large? Yeah, 50-foot wingspan, so they could still mount. Oh, yeah, it's just like an Isle of Dread. I had a paladin back in the old campaign I used to run years ago on Saturdays. For years, we streamed it, like 4 years, and he brought a paladin to Isle of Dread, and he had his mount and another horse. Oh, he was playing an arrogant guy, big time. Englishman. He was so funny. But anyway, he lost both of those horses to creatures like this right here. They literally just came down and picked him up, And then he tried to tame another one. It was some sort of dinosaur thing. I don't know what it was now. And he got it tamed, and it about killed him. And then it ran off. So, good story there. How do you handle diving attacks? Does the target of a dive attack get an attack on the dive attack? That's a good question, Lexfire. Probably. Well, look at the next part underneath there. It says, surprise, giant pterosaurs are ambush hunters and glide silently through the higher above the craze such a game. So that's probably what'll happen, is I'll try to get surprise on them. If I don't, I would say they'd be a reactionary. Maybe. It's just according to the situation. If they're not looking up and they're in their middle of doing something, say if there's a guy that's like, I don't know, sitting on the ground working on his armor, or something. He's probably not going to be looking around and being very aware. But now if you're traveling through the jungle and you're looking and, you're ready for attack, it's going to be, I probably would have to have surprise to even pull it off, right? Without you guys getting a swing back. That's how I would take it. That's a really good question. I'm going to have to start thinking about stuff like that because we've got these new little things coming into the game, like this dive attack. That's something that you don't typically have seen before. Jeremy has been so meticulous. I started working on this originally. He came in when we hired him. We gave him the project. He has done such a fucking phenomenal job. Like, he's made sure that all the extra stuff in there is, like, we have all the different attacks, all the different types of abilities for everything. It's all listed. It all makes sense. He's really done a really good job of cleaning all that crap up. So if you need to know what a diving attack is, if you don't want to reference a creature particularly, you can go to the front. I think it has it listed in there. I think. Anyways, yeah. So that's how I would handle that right there. I would definitely, probably, I would probably do that like that right there. Just have a surprise attack on it. Probably. I mean, it's according to the situation too, because I'll tell you a good thing about these creatures. You don't necessarily have to have them as an antagonist, right? All you got to do is have them do one swoop attack and attack the party or a horse or something. Rest of the fucking game, hell, rest of the campaign, they're going to be doing this the whole time. They're going to be terrified. So this is a great way to introduce tension in the game, just by using the thought of the animal. It's kind of like talking about dragons. Dragons are supposed to inspire fear. Oh, you see a dragon in the distance. We're going this way. Same kind of thing, right? I mean, something like that. Yeah, your 10th level, you might handle it, right? But this is what's interesting about this that I don't see on here. It says they dive bomb grounded opponents following a speed. Diving delivers a +2 bite and does double damage. So I guess they don't pick. Maybe they don't have the legs to pick them up. It doesn't say anything about grabbing anything. You know what I mean? But it's got a 50-foot wingspan. I would think that would be big enough to pick up a normal-sized humanoid, 5-6 foot tall, right? So maybe it's just because here's the thing: anything that's aerial, I don't care if it's a dragon, I don't care if it's a large giant bat, I don't care what it is. If it picks something up off the ground, you're screwed in CNC. You are done. Because the falling damage rules is written, which I do follow that. I don't house rule that because I think it's real and I like it and I want them to be scared of falling, right? If it was a video game where you just hopped around and get hurt, no big deal. But what is it? It's a D6 for the first 10 feet. Second 10 feet is a D6 and 2D6. And then the third 10 feet is a D6, 2D6, 3D. It's compounding, right? So you think about that. It just takes one time, and then they're going to be terrified of that thing, So you've got this nice little plot hook here, or tool you can use to really control what they do as far as aerial stuff goes, right? It is really nasty, but honestly, man, I can't imagine falling off my roof here. My roof is, what is this? My roof's probably about 30 foot high. I'm sure that could. I mean, I've got a friend that fell off one. He broke both his legs. He was messed up for weeks and weeks and weeks. So you fall 50 foot in the air or 100 foot in the air. Don't get me wrong, but if you're 10th level, let's say you're 10th level and you've got 60 hit points, right? 60 hit points. That means if it's a D6, it's a D6. So you get max damage. That means you can fall 10 feet and you hit 6 points, right? So 60 would be 10, so it'd be 100 feet. So if you're doing a D6 per 10 feet in some games, right? Then you're talking about 100. They could fall 100 feet. I'm pretty sure if I fall 100 feet, you know what I'm saying? Just saying. Yeah, you have to think about it. It's not necessarily you're just trying to terrify them, but you need to think about stuff like that because, I mean, again, it's according to what kind of game you're running too. You may be running a real fast, loose game where you don't care about a lot of that kind of thing, right? Like I don't use movement in my games at all because I feel like it slows it down. But I do want them to feel like there's danger, right? And that's one of the ways that you introduce the idea of falling damage, and they make the connection of, oh, I got to climb up this rope, or oh, this thing's going to pick me up in the air, or oh, I've got to jump off this cliff. It all becomes a serious situation then, right? Anyway, I'm getting off track here a little bit. Let's go finish this right here. I don't think this is all the dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure it's not, but we'll look and see. So he's got the next is the Mosasaurus, which is level 12. It has, oh, interesting. So I'm so excited about this monster. Okay, and I'll tell you why. You'll see why. It has a bite, 48 damage. It's large, 50 foot long, but biome, freshwater, saltwater. It can hold its breath. Look at this glorious bastard right here underwater. Look at that. Look at that thing. Yeah. See the shark? Yeah. Huh? Now we got aquatic dinosaurs too. So I'm so stoked about that, man. So now not even the water's safe. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Look at this huge. This is a massive beast that lives underwater. They hold their breath for up to 30 minutes. 22,000 pounds. Huge paddle-like. Look at that. That is a beast. I cannot wait to have a group of people. What is that level's at? That's a D12. That's a level 12 creature. So, I'm running my guys over here. I've got 2 campaigns at my table right now at the house, and one of them is aired. They're doing A series, and the other one is it's old school adventure modules. I'm running them through disconnected ones. There's not really a story. They're just looking for treasure and glory. They're like 13th level, I think. And they're just like right now they're going through. They got through the White Plume. They went through a valley of vampires. Now they're going through the lost caverns of Sojan. So I'm kind of connected together. But that thing would be cool to put in the lake in there. But I just thought what I'm going to do. The other group that's doing the air campaign, they're almost ready to wrap that up. They're basically going to stop probably at A12 or A11 and wait for later on to go back to it because we've been doing it a long time, right? And they want to do Inclunade. And I'm going to have them fight one of these bastards in the water. That would be awesome, right? Yeah, that would be cool. Let me catch up here and see what's going on the chat real quick. Let's see. It does make Dispel Magic quite lethal versus those who want to take... Oh, yeah, that's true, Pete. I thought about that. Dispel Magic on the Flying Wizard. That's not good at all. Just what Steve needs. Oh, I know. He does need that for a river crossing, doesn't he? Hey, what's up, Ally, my guy? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Thanks. We're just going over work progress on the M&T right now. Our redone, reforged books that non-OGL. We've got a whole new monsters going in. We have a shit ton of new monsters going in this book too, guys. I can't keep going on about how happy I am about it. Finally, my dream is coming to fruition. All these years. I hope you have the smartest dinosaur, the thesaurus. Oh my God. I want to see if we can put that in there. I want to see if Steve can fit it in. My God, that would be amazing. I'll have to see about it and see. Hey, Frank, what's up, buddy? How are you today? All right, let's go down here. We'll look at these monsters here. Let's go down here a little further. Oh, we got another one here. What is this thing? Right here. Look at that. That's got fish around it, so it's underwater. God, I love that art. That guy did a hell of a job on these dinosaurs. This is the Plesiosaurus. All right. So the Plesiosaurus, hold breath, bite 5d8, level 20. So this thing is even bigger than the other one we just saw, right? As far as level, not size particularly. A primitive species from an ancient epoch when the distinction between fish and reptile were not so clear cut. They resemble a sort of blend between Brontosaurus and Mosasaurus, being fully aquatic, long-necked dinosaurs. So it's a Brontosaurus for underwater. Wow. I'm doing good, man. Got some coffee this morning. Got a busy day ahead of me. You gonna be around today and eat all? I'll be hanging out in the EW Discord in the office there working. So if you need something, come by. We can chat, whatever. I know you've been busy. We're gonna try to open the emails back up Friday, I think. Thursday or Friday for EW, Frank, just so you know. Me and Scott are. Try to get that rolling because we're getting behind now. We got to get it going forward. I'll get with you on that though, because I need to get some adverts too. We need to get some stuff drawn up for GaryCon like today or tomorrow. I think we've got stuff though. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, this is just another large beast to fight in the water. Carnivores are the apex predator of whatever aquatic environment they find. So they are the apex predator for underwater. They can reach up to 70,000 pounds. These guys here can. Shit, far. That'd be cool though. You could have it underwater in a big cavern system, you know, living down there and it comes out. And of course, I do this in my games, of course. It's going to have young, right? So let's look. Level 20. So we have a small young. We'll say we have a young adult. Probably 10 hit dice, 12 hit dice, and then maybe a what would it be called? A cub. What would be the term for a baby dinosaur? I don't know. Chicken? Ha ha! I don't know. But you see my point. You just adjust the level down, right? Meeting done. Trollza. Yeah, he's in water. He does look like he's dancing. So we're going over the dinosaur layout that Steve sent over to me. Pretty fancy. I need to drop a couple screenshots in Discord too. I'll do that later in the supporters club. So Pterodon. Look at this beauty here. The Pterodon is a smaller relative of the giant pterosaur and most easily identified by having no teeth, while the pterosaur has many. You remember the pterosaur up here. Where is it at? Pterosaur. Yeah, he's got teeth. He can bite. 3d4. He's massive too. What was it? Wingspan 50 foot. Level 6 hit dice. So he's got level 6. I wonder if that level 6 ought to be a little higher. I don't know. Maybe not. But I feel like for something that big, it should be. Let's see what the other one is. It's 3. Oh, it's 3. So they're just smaller ones. These are just little small pterodons that come and attack. They've got a 2d4 though. Huh. See, I kind of feel like that needs to be adjusted a little bit. I'll have to talk to Steve about that. I feel like this one up here, right? If that's what was the level on that one? I didn't see. I did see, but I don't remember. Level 3. So my thinking is, if it's a level 3, and it's 2d4, and this is just straight numbers, of course, right? Then where is that stupid ass bird at? Right here it is. So then, if we're doing double, then it should be 44. It's just a 3d4. I'm gonna ask him about that. I think they ought to. I think this ought to be pumped up. I think this should be 8 or 9 hit dice. I think this should probably go up to 44, in my opinion. That's just me though, because it's a larger version. And if you look at these other monsters in here, the big ones, they do some serious damage. But I don't know. Yeah, it has big teeth. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So look at this thing right here. It says the pterodon has twilight vision and has a bite and it just flies around. So that's basically what it does. I love that picture. Look how it's eating on that swordfish. I think it's a swordfish. Looks like it. And then this next one up is the Stegosaurus. We all know it. God, look at that. It's got birds on it. I hadn't seen this art. Look at that, dude. That is so cool. The Stegosaurus is level 18. It's got 2 ACs, of course, because, of course, along its spine is going to be much more of those plates protected up above, right? It's got a tail attack of 5d8. That's pretty chunky. I like that. Oh, it has trample. A Stegosaurus can flatten anything smaller than itself. It gets in the way. Such victim suffers 66 points of damage. A successful Dex check, reduces by half. So this thing's just got the big ass tail going on. Yeah, cleaning parasites on the steg. That's exactly what they're doing. Thagomizer lizard. Yeah, what did he say about it? Oh, they don't have a name for it on here. He stopped doing that somewhere. Pseudo lizard. Monosaurus. They have a name for that? Now, I'm gonna make a list of these and go back and talk to them about them. I want to have names for all of them. If not, I'll have them for my setting anyway. I don't care. I'm gonna definitely have them. That's my goal next year, guys. Is I want to have my crafting book done and Inclunade setting well on its way to be heading to be a actual product that we're going to sell. That's my 2 goals for me next year for writing. I'm not going to try and do any adventures unless it's got something related to do with the campaign setting, and that's it. I'm not doing any other extra writing on anywhere. That's the only thing I'm going to focus on. I'm gonna really try hard to break it to spend my days doing it. I may pick Wednesday as my day to write. Steve does a lot of writing on his days. Come in, do my stream like you guys do, and then go somewhere and write. So, all right. Next up, Triceratops. Look at this thing. Nice. Look at that beast in action there. That's nice. I like that. Names: Bob the Dinosaur. Come on, Pete. You know better than that. Hiss Beast. Karen is over the hill. I still like the Thesaurus, though. Triceratops, 16 level. 18. Oh, that's that chunky one. 3 horns. 1D. What? I think that's supposed to be 1d12 each. Surely to God, it's not this 1d12 for 3 horns. That is insane. I'll have to talk to him about that one, too. Trample. 66 points of damage. Just like this guy up here. This guy does 5d8 with his tail. And he only does 1d12 with his horns. What do you think, guys? I don't know. That doesn't sound very scary to me. Here we go. The Tyrannosaurus Rex. Here we go. Level 18. Bites 5d8. Swallow whole. Scent. Twilight vision. Let's look at this bad boy. Also known as the Tyrant Lizard King. There we go. The Tyrannosaurus Rex is truly the apex predator of land-dwelling, non-magical creatures. They can and will eat whatever they please. They can grow to 50 foot long, 20 foot tall, and weigh up to 1,500 pounds. White shark, a bite force of 4,000 psi. In comparison, the Tyrannosaurus has oh my God, look at that. So the white shark is 4,000 psi pressure, and the T-Rex has 431,000. Swallow whole. On successful bite attack, a victim must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be lifted up and swallowed whole by the Tyrannosaur. Swallowed creatures suffer 40 points of damage each round they remain inside the stomach of a T-Rex. That's got to be fixed. They can attempt to attack the creature from inside, but only with a weapon that is no longer than a short sword. Interesting. There it is. Look at that. Pretty awesome. How tall was it? 20 foot high. Now that is a tall bastard. Hello. Wow. How can you say thesaurus without pitching the storyteller's? Oh, I know. Oh, we should have art with this monster holding the storyteller's thesaurus while he's. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Anyway, I don't know if that's all of them. I think that's all the dinosaurs in here. It looks like because it ends at T. I think we don't have anything past that. But there's a preview of what they look like. I'll scroll back through them real quick. It's almost time for me to get out of here too. I got lots of work to do today. I got a bunch of meetings, and today I'm putting up dice bags on the store in just a few minutes. I'd say they'll probably. Let me check with the code and see if you got me art yet, pictures yet. Nope, not yet. So probably within the next hour, I'd say, hour and a half, we'll have. We got some new dice bags in like the other ones, but these are dark brown and a really nice blue color. I'm getting me one of those. So I'm pretty excited about those. Yeah. What else I got going on today? I gotta remember what I got stuff to do. Gotta look at my list. I finished the Hermit screens. You guys want to see what they look like real quick before we duck out of here? I'll show them to you real quick. Let me shut this off. All right, and let me go over here and show you what the screens look like. I think they turned out pretty good. I don't know. Steve seemed to like them. So it was really hard. It was really hard to do this because I did it customized to the adventure, right? So I had to put stuff in like art and stuff for it. So I'd never done one of those before. I've never done a CK screen that was just for the adventure, you know, because we're used to having all the extra stuff on there. But man, there is no room if you start including customized stuff from the adventure to put extra stuff on there, right? Hey, what's up, Reading Aid? Good to see you. Oh, Sundance Kid. Right on, man. Good to see you, buddy. I'm gonna make me a post this week for my trip to Game Homecoming. I'm gonna post all my pictures, even the one I got with you and everybody else. I want to post all that. I'm not very good about doing social media anymore. I've got to get better at it, I think, but we'll see. Anyways, so for you guys, this is what the outside of it looks like. I think we have. I need to get rid of those. Let me get rid of these. Here, drop them in here. And let me go back out and find. Oh, you know what? I can show you the PDFs. That's what I need to do. I'm a dumbass. Here we go. So let me turn this back on. Ah, it worked. There we go. So I'll have to scroll this out a little bit. I'll scroll it. What I'll do is I'll actually scroll in a little bit and show you from left to right. So the front of the screen has this map right here, as you can see. Oh, wow, that's not doing good at all. Let me try this. Did that help any? Or did not help any? Hold on. There we go. I knew there was a way to do this. So, I'll scroll in a little bit. Oh, it won't. It's a little wonky, but it works. So there you go. That's what the front looks like. There's the area map right there, right? This is a player-facing map, right? It's player. So I've got rid of all the numbers on it and all that stuff, right? And then there's some of the art right there on the front of it, okay? No, he's not. For whatever reason, it was giving him a hard time. Is it just me or is Chuck's voice higher pitched than normal, kind of like the Chipmunks? I hope not. I might be talking super loud though, because I just had 2 cups of coffee, so there's that. Anyway, there's one of the panels right there that's for the art. And then of course I've got in the middle right there, as you can see from the cover. And then 2 more pieces of art. These are locations. This one here I kind of blended together. I had 2 smaller pictures, so I kind of put them together. So I think that worked out pretty good, I think. Coffee. Could be. So anyway, there's an idea of there's what the front of the screen looks like. You guys to look at. All right. Zooming out a little further for you. There you go. Sort of like that. And then on the next one, let's see if we can get this to shrink up a little bit. This is the interior of the panels. So they're left to right. The first one has got, as you can see, the pond. It's got all the locations on it. Oh, I need to look at that. Is that the right pond? That is not. This is not the right file. Interesting. Now I'm concerned. I need to look at those files. I bet you I screwed up. No, I sent him PSDs, I think. Let's see. They're right here though. All right, so here is. Let me do this. I'm going to do a window capture. Properties, we'll do permits. Here we go. And I'll bring this over. Right here. And we'll turn it on. Now, keep in mind, the colors are off a little bit because this is CMYK. It's basically for printing. So the colors always look a little different from RBG. So just kind of keep that in mind. As yeah, you know. So, anyways, you can see this is the panel here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. So let's see. Let's do this here. That's not going to work. Come here. Some of this stuff's just not easy to do, guys. There we go. There's a little better observation of it there. So that's what it looks like right here. And as you can see, it's got all the locations on it right here, everything. And down below, I included, this is wrong too. Jesus, Lord above. That is not the right. That is not the final pile. Oh yeah, it is. No, it's not. Right here it is. What have I done? I'll have to look at this and see because there's 3. Thought I was showing you guys the right picture, but I guess not. Let's do this. I'm determined to show you this. So. You gonna work? There we go. So yeah, so there they are. That's better. So this is the panel on the left hand side, and then the next panel is the known maze. As you can see there, I've got all the locations in there, and the next panel is the outdoor map with all the actual stuff on it, and then the last but not least one that I don't see in here. I don't know why. Wow, I don't see it. That's got all the information on it. So I'm not really sure as to why it's not on here. I'll have to look and see what I've done now. I may have turned in the wrong shit to him. I'll have to look and see. Yeah, but anyway, it's got charts on it. Got 2 random encounter charts. It's got the glossary on it, that kind of thing. So it turned out pretty well too. But I think the thing overall is gonna look good, for the most part. So let's see. Yeah, there was a hermit screen. So oh, thanks a lot, guys. So yeah. Is there a woman in the pond shooting swords? Dude, that would be funny. I wouldn't put it past Gary, to be honest with you. You can go back to SurveyNet. You can go back to SurveyNet. Oh, by the way, we'll be putting an update out today. I think we're going to close. I don't know. He was talking about doing it Thursday, but that's tomorrow. We only got a few days. We probably only got the rest of this week left on that. I'll have to ask him about that, about the hermit. We may wait till Monday. I don't know. But if you want to make any changes, now's the time to do it on there. Just go to BackerKit. Wow, what is? I should probably throw the link out here, you guys. I didn't even think about that. Let's see, where are you at, link? Of course, it takes me to not the store. Here it is. Copy link. I'm gonna drop it into here for you guys. You can go in and check and see. There you go. That's the full link. But if you go there, that'll take you to where your survey is, and you can add stuff to it. You can't change your pledge, but you can add to it. Yeah, that's one thing I learned my lesson on is once you solidify these things and go forward with the late pledge thing, you really don't let people go in and change them, like downgrade, because it messes up all the ordering and everything. And once we've already got these books ordered, you know what I mean? It screws things up. But you can definitely add to it, that kind of thing, right? I'm actually setting up in BackerKit right now the one for Castle Zygig that'll come out in February. We're going to run Castle Zygig through BackerKit all the way, from the fulfillment part like we normally do, and all the way to the start, which is going to be the actual crowdfunding, right? We're going to try them and see how it goes. You guys know we've been trying to find different ways of doing crowdfunding and change it. We're going to be moving next year. You'll see a lot more stuff not being crowdfunded, but just being pre-orders on the store. I'll put it on the store for like, say, 3 weeks or 4 weeks with a discounted price. You can pre-order it, and then we'll shut it down. We'll get the stuff in, and then we'll have it for sale. And then we'll just move on. And then that way it helps us get some money, to pay for the printing up front, but it's not something that gives you guys a little bit of a break, right? And it keeps it on the store. Everything's nice and neat. Nothing complicated, no crazy stretch goals. Just like we did with the Yigsburg. And we did a small pre-order with the Hermit. We're going to do something simple like that, right? Anyway, there's the link. You can make changes to it. What else have I got? That's about it. I think I'm going to probably wind down here and get ready to go get my work day started here. I guess I'm already on my work day, but you know what I mean. Kind of thing. Let's see. I need to check on one thing here. I want to see if Mike is not. So I'm going to raid into Mike Moans, one of my buddies that paints. Let me find Mike Moans. We're going to go right into Mike. Mike's a good dude. You guys will give him some love over there. He's a great painter, real nice guy. He promotes CNC and us, and we don't sponsor anything. I'd like to sponsor him. Who knows? Maybe we will one of these days. But anyway, he's just a cool dude to hang out and see. We'll set up a raid for him then. Guys, thanks for taking your time with me this morning. I enjoyed it. It was great. I'm blessed. Thank you so much, because it makes my week to be able to have this day in the middle of the week to take a break with you guys and hang out and just bullshit about whatever. Oh, I got to do raffles. Ha ha. Yeah, he's right about that. Thanks. Oh my God, Savage. You can tell me I'm out of practice after being gone for 2 weeks, right? Yeah, let's do the raffles. Oh, look at Bean getting in. Let me get over here and get the. I've completely forgot about that. Thanks, man. Jeez, Chuck. All right, let's do the giveaways. Then we'll do the raid. Let's see. Close the entries out. Go. We'll pull a couple winners this morning. The first winner is going to be MJ Cook. Congrats. MJ, you know the deal. Hit Scott up. And there's the link to Discord, but I know you're already in there. Second winner will be Commander Pete. There you go, Pete. Good deal. There we go with the raffles. I owe you one for that, man. I was going to just roll on out of here. Thanks a lot. Let's see the raffle. Oh, that's right. The friends you make along the way. I love it. Congrats, everybody. Very good. So glad you guys hung out. We'll have more giveaways tomorrow evening. We'll do our normal troll moot gathering. We'll talk about Gamehole Con. I'm hoping to get Dakota on the stream to talk about what happened at the booth. And we're going to just hang out with you guys. So we'll be on tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern. And we'll do some more giveaways then. I'll give out some bigger prizes. All right. You guys have a great day. Let me set up this raid here. I'm sitting here talking away. I want to support Mike. He's real nice about supporting us, even when I don't even know anything about it. I've walked into his streams. He'd be over talking about us. So he's great. Oh, yeah. Trolloween. Yeah. You know what? Savage, I'm going to use that for the title tomorrow afternoon. Trolloween, if I can remember. I'm going to do it. I will. In fact, I'm going to borrow that whole thing. I'll set it up right now after it's over with. That way it'll be in there. That'll be a good plan if I can get my stupid software to, Oh my God. Everybody types it so it jumps. There we go. I got it. Yes. I always appreciate it. And thank you so much too, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day. Go give Mike some love over there, and I'll check you out tomorrow. And always remember, Trolls Eye!